Audiobook, Unconventional Lucrative Businesses. By Milco Baute. Written and published in 2018. Preface. While I am neither an economist nor a finance expert, I consider myself an entrepreneur who enjoys staying informed and sharing knowledge with others. Since childhood, I have understood the essence of starting a business and striving to succeed. I learned this from my mother, a hard-working, resilient, and entrepreneurial woman who single-handedly raised 3 young children, as my parents separated before I was born, making me the youngest of my siblings. She worked as an employee for a company and sold whatever she could make from home, as her salary was insufficient. Upon leaving Cuba for the United States at the age of 27, I came with the determination to fight and become independent. I knew I would have to work hard, starting from scratch with no money, property, permanent shelter, or available credit, as these concepts were foreign in Cuba. Just as I was independent in Cuba, I wanted to be independent in the United States, not relying solely on a job or conventional income, linear, but on my skills, abilities, ideas, and my own effort, not to enrich others by working for a wage and trading time for money, tied to a schedule. Although we all must go through this initially, the idea is to transcend, have plans, goals, and ideas, and pursue them so that they do not remain mere dreams. This requires discipline and staying well informed. That is the main idea behind this brief document, to inform you on how you can generate additional income, whether residual or linear, through network marketing, simple and low-risk investment, or as a treasure seeker. In my book, The Path to Financial Freedom, you will gain a deeper understanding of these financial concepts and a more detailed explanation of how to become an entrepreneur or trader. I believe the difference between an entrepreneur and a trader lies in their approach to business, as the entrepreneur focuses on a single venture with discipline, dedication, and effort, regardless of setbacks, always getting back up whenever the project does not go well. The trader engages in multiple businesses simultaneously, seeking to profit from any opportunity that arises, as long as it does not harm anyone. They see the light, create a plan that they refine, and execute it with intelligence and audacity. It is always important to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, study the market, and analyze expenses and profits, offering better prices. Here, I share with you 4 unconventional businesses in which you can earn very good money in your spare time, without risk, without a large investment, or recruitment. Wellness industry. The number 1 business. Safer, more lucrative, simpler, and inheritable, you find it in the wellness industry, through direct sales via the internet, which I call direct consumption, as it doesn't necessarily have to be a livelihood or profit-making venture but rather a simple lifestyle choice, for your health, and that of your family, guaranteeing a long and healthy life. Pay attention, every decade brings us something big. In the 70s there were microwaves, in the 80s the VCR, in the 90s computers and the internet. People who were prepared in the 80s became millionaires, those who were prepared in the 90s became multimillionaires. What do you think will happen in the next few years? In his best-selling book, The Next Trillion, the notable economist Paul Zane-Pilzer said that by the year 2010, an additional $1 trillion annually from the United States economy would be allocated to the wellness industry, providing healthy individuals with products to make them even healthier, look better, and reduce the effects of aging or prevent the development of diseases. Think about it, most of the wellness industry sales didn't even exist 3 decades ago. Today they amount to approximately $400 billion in annual sales, or half of car sales in the United States. By 2010 it was $1 trillion, or rather $1 million annually. For those not fond of mathematics, this is equivalent to a 500% growth. How is this kind of growth possible? How can this kind of growth be predicted? 2 words, baby boomers. You've heard of them for the past 20 years, they've been driving the economy for 30 years. Don't you think it's time for you to get involved? Baby boomers are now 47 to 65 years old, they've been generating good income for years, more money, and more purchasing power. The so-called baby boomers are responsible for the increase in housing, new car models, personal computers, and the Internet. In essence, baby boomers and the things they favor represent $5 trillion of the $10 trillion of the American economy. Although they are only 30% of our population, they represent 50% of the gross domestic product. More significantly, they are about to add $1 trillion to the $5 trillion in annual expenses to preserve something they believe will be better than any new car, house, or computer: their youth. Youth. Anti-aging. Health. Wellness. The next great revolution. In the next 10 years, American baby boomers will increase their annual spending on wellness services from approximately $200 billion to $1 trillion. $1 trillion, that's $2. $7 billion per day, $114 million per hour, $1. $9 million per minute. You have 4 options. As a professional. As a manufacturer. As a retailer. As a distributor. 1. Professionals like doctors, massage therapists, chiropractors, and naturopaths could make a fortune in the coming years, if they manage to pay off their student loans, if they are responsible within their businesses, if they continue to exchange time for money. 2. Being a manufacturer is a great business if you have millions to invest in infrastructure, patents, research, receipt, and shipment. 3. Retailer, of course, this is a great opportunity if you can afford the franchise cost, work a 7-day week, handle advertising, inventories, and employee issues. 4. Distribution. The largest personal fortunes in the last 3 decades were made by people who found better ways to distribute things rather than better ways to do things. People like Sam Walton of Walmart, Frederick W. Smith of Federal Express, FedEx, and Jeff Bezos of Amazon. What do they have in common? They are all or were distributors. But where did they find better ways to physically distribute their products that consumers already knew they wanted? The new billionaires of the 21st century are making their fortunes by educating consumers about new products and new distribution channels. It's known as business at the speed of thought: better products, better distribution, better opportunity. Why? Because 78 million baby boomers with $1 trillion in cash cannot be ignored. They want to skate and drive sports cars, they don't want to age, and they're willing to spend anything to stay young, healthy, and full of vitality. In the next 10 years, American baby boomers will increase their spending on basic wellness services from approximately $400 billion to $1 trillion annually. Will you be ready? A model that you can start part-time from your home, without investing a large amount of capital, without employees, and without the traditional headache of being a proprietor. A business in your spare time where you could earn from an extra $500 to thousands per month or more. Furthermore, as a promoter or independent distributor, working from home, you could obtain incredible tax benefits. Imagine it's 1980 and Bill Gates is looking for investors. He thinks there's going to be a big expansion of personal computers. What are you going to do this time? Remember that Sam Walton started Walmart at 44, at 61 he was the richest man in the world, back then. What's your excuse? One thing is certain, if you read this text and grasp even a tenth of it, you can't say you didn't know. When your children and grandchildren ask you about great prosperity at the beginning of the 2000s, what will you tell them? Will you explain how you benefited from the opportunity? Or will you try to justify having missed it? The statistics are real, the trends are real, and the timing is real. How many more opportunities do you think will come your way? Whatever you do, don't miss this one. Businesses savvy enough to determine what baby boomers want will ride a wave of consumer products and services that will be talked about for a long time. Direct sales. The business of the 21st century, for which Forbes magazine dubbed the direct selling phenomenon, has grown steadily over the past 30 years and has seen a 99% leap in the last 20 years alone. Today, its annual sales translate to over $4 trillion in the United States and over $200 trillion worldwide. It's a recession-proof business. Every week, over 180,000 people in the United States and over 300,000 worldwide join this massive enterprise, and less than 1% of the world's population is currently involved. This is a mere fraction of its growth potential. Millionaire investor Warren Buffett called it the best investment I could have made. Over 25 million Americans and 90 million people worldwide participate in it. We are currently experiencing a massive economic shift worldwide. Day by day, more and more people are losing their jobs, companies, and at a faster rate than ever before. The good news is that new and better opportunities are opening faster than ever. Those who recognize the new trends and take the risk in these new industries are the ones who will reap enormous rewards. Forbes magazine suggests, forget about the weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, the days of the W-2 tax form are over, we're in the world of the 1099 forms. How do they work? Direct sales today are based on a simple fact of human nature. Every advertising executive and Hollywood director knows very well that nothing sells a product or service better than a friend's word-of-mouth recommendation. No matter how many millions of dollars a movie spends on advertising, the film lives or dies by the recommendation made on its opening weekend at the box office. What some call word-of-mouth marketing is personal power, the force behind the phenomenal success of direct sales. Instead of employing a separate sales team, direct sales companies reward people who use, appreciate, or enthusiastically recommend the product or service. Currently, direct sales distributors, or rather, independent business owners or associated representatives, inform people, usually people they know, about products and services that can improve the quality of their lives. These personal conversations can take place at home, at work, in a cafe, or anywhere. They often happen over the phone, and increasingly every day, over the internet. Nowadays, over 80% of direct sales companies use a compensation plan that rewards efforts. This means that distributors are rewarded for their sales and for the people they have invited to join their team. In other words, the reward structure increases your earning power, making it profitable to build, train, and manage the organization. Most sellers run their business from home and combine it with another conventional job, saving on office expenses, licenses, and payroll costs. This is a very practical way to start your own business. Why does it work so well for so many people? People trust personal recommendations. We live in the information age, constantly bombarded by media, from TV commercials to online ads, magazine ads, testimonials, and products that catch our eye at every turn. Simply put, we no longer trust those messages. What we do trust is our friends, their words, their recommendations, and this is where the power of direct sales lies. Direct sales are the perfect business for the current economy. When it comes to selling, what works is communicating personal messages that people appreciate and consider important. Direct salespeople are most willing to do this. The rise of home-based businesses. Many companies are downsizing, preferring to do virtual or tax-free business, taking jobs elsewhere. 1 out of every 8 households in the United States does business from home. The vision of having a job in the United States has changed, the 40-year retirement plan is over. 30 years ago, the safest path to financial success was to go to college, get a good job, and work hard. Starting your own business was risky, but today it's the opposite. In the economy, there will no longer be jobs but only businesses. We will all become entrepreneurs, manage our own businesses, make our own decisions, and this means you can work from home. One of the most powerful reasons for the success of direct sales is that people appreciate the benefits they get from working for themselves and enjoy the freedom to plan their prosperity. You don't have to commute anywhere anymore, there's no boss, and you choose when to work, how to work, and who to work with. Best of all, you no longer have to choose between spending time with your family or focusing on your work. Nowadays, the internet makes it all easy. As a seller, you can expand your business to Chicago, San Francisco, Hong Kong, London, or anywhere, and you'll have plenty of time. Low investment and low risk generate high returns and profits. It's very easy to start selling. The method is practical and accessible to millions of people, allowing them to generate additional income without leaving their other jobs. A typical direct sales company provides you with all the tools and training systems you need to start your business and make profits right away, with minimal initial investment. The beauty of direct sales is that they work for you, there's no schedule, and you don't have to create a business plan or create a product. All you must do is find a reputable company you can trust that offers a product or service you truly believe in. Direct sales allow you to earn extra money so you can buy your freedom. For many, that little extra money turns out to be a lot of money. Over 80% of sellers who engage in sales for additional income work part-time. Many of them have become rich. Direct sales offer the opportunity to build and generate your profits and make a fortune with little risk and little financial commitment. Access to national and international markets. The days of people selling in their communities are over. Nowadays, a combination of growth in other countries, emerging industrial markets, and the flexibility of trade rules make it possible for more direct sales companies to expand globally, which is great news for you. The internet gives you the necessary tools to take advantage of this explosive trend worldwide. Nowadays, the combination of global growth, emerging industrial markets, and flexible trade rules makes it possible for many sales companies to grow worldwide. You can run a national and even global empire from your home. You can make your business expand from coast to coast in any city in the world. Tax advantages. One of the most powerful reasons to work for a company used to be having a pension and good medical coverage, but that's no longer the case. There have been recent changes in the United States and the world regarding tax laws, giving those who work for themselves the possibility to enjoy deferred tax savings, the same benefits they would get working for a company, through innovations such as the one-person for 1K plan, SEPIRA, and health savings accounts. Congress has finally created a playing field for entrepreneurs. This change now makes it possible for you to accumulate millions of dollars and cash flow from your home business in ways you didn't have access to before. Having a home business allows you to claim substantial tax deductions, such as certain office expenses, your home, a portion of rent or mortgage, and travel expenses, resulting in significant tax savings for you. Residual income. From the minimum wage that a cashier spends in a fast food restaurant to the one earned by the most sought-after lawyer or accountant, trading time for money is a whirlwind that leads nowhere, because the day you stop working, you stop earning. If working for a salary doesn't guarantee you financial freedom, how can you achieve it? There is an answer. With residual income, the money will keep coming in long after the work that is generated is finished. Whatever the sources, residual income is the essence of direct sales. Precisely what's great about the direct sales model is that it helps make residual income a viable possibility for everyone, regardless of age, background, education, or skills. Not everyone can own property or be famous for writing a bestseller, but everyone can get into direct sales. Direct sales give everyone a chance. Direct sales represent the purest form of equal opportunity in the free market. One of the most important factors in this industry is that men and women of all social strata, ages, races, ethnic groups, and economic backgrounds can participate. More than half of the successes in direct sales have been achieved by women. This industry has skyrocketed. In direct sales, there is no discrimination based on gender, race, or any other reason. The top earners represent a heterogeneous group of very successful people. According to the Direct Selling Association of Washington, D.C., 24% of sellers come from high school, 35% are college graduates, and 1 out of every 12 has a postgraduate degree. To succeed in direct sales, you don't have to have a sales background or a special personality. The ones who stand out are not always the ones with the best skills. What's important is offering something special that people can't get anywhere else. Great salespeople always have something of value to offer. It's not about the value of the product but the emotion it evokes in the buyer. Direct sales promote ethical values. Nowadays, it's not enough to make a living, what matters is living with passion and purpose. Today more than ever, people want to thrive and have a lifestyle that also contributes to the well-being of others. Conducting oneself professionally sets an example for the organizations of the future. There needs to be a spirit of freedom and working in partnership, not control and ownership. Successful sellers know that the only way to excel is by helping others succeed. For many sellers, the satisfaction of others achieving success is one of the most important reasons why they chose this profession. Direct sales help develop basic life skills. They train you to put them into practice in everyday life, not the business theories taught in school. Direct sales help reaffirm the value and potential of individuals, paving the way for alternative income streams that can make a huge difference in their lives. It's a business opportunity where we can use our talent and passion to achieve something in life. We are part of the global movement that promotes free markets and rewards individual initiative. In a sense, direct sales promote important values globally. If direct sales are so wonderful, why haven't we heard more about them? It may be that you haven't noticed. Direct sales companies have been part of American life for over a century. In a recent study conducted by the Direct Selling Association, it was found that 3 out of every 4 Americans have bought something from a seller at least once in their lives. Roger Barnett, a New York investment specialist who is now the owner, president, and senior of a multinational direct sales company, said, "It's the best-kept secret in the business world, but in the last 2 years, all of this has changed, and the best-kept secret is no longer a secret. Our entrepreneurial spirit is a force that will attract 200 million people in the next decade." Barnett adds, "In the next 10 years, this industry will see more growth than it has in the last 50 years. Who is participating? The growing success of direct sales has been mentioned in newspapers and magazines such as Forbes, Fortune, Newsweek, Time, USA Today, New York Times, The Wall Street Journal, and Success from Home magazine. One important reason is the increasing growth and numbers, the other is the experts themselves and Fortune 500 companies who are interested in the success of this phenomenal industry. In 2002, stock market expert Warren Buffett impressed Wall Street by buying the Pampered Chef, a direct sales company. Buffett now owns 3 direct sales companies and has said, "It's the best investment I've ever made in my life." Warren Buffett is not alone. Other major investors are looking to the future and eagerly want to participate in this business. In his latest bestseller, The Next Millionaires, Professor Paul Zane Pilzer predicts that there will be 10 new millionaires in the United States in the next 10 years, and many of them will participate in direct sales businesses. Your success is a product of word-of-mouth recommendations. Interpersonal relationships are key to the rise of home-based businesses, which require little investment and are low risk but offer high rewards such as access to international markets and significant tax advantages and ensure a path of residual income. Direct sales are open to everyone, regardless of age, economic status, education, or experience. They promote solid and ethical values that people are more eager to have now than ever before. For 25 million Americans and over 70 million more people worldwide who are already participating, the direct sales business is booming. Can you afford to ignore all of this? At the rate this industry is going, the best-kept secret in the business world will no longer be a secret. Now is the perfect time for you to join this business explosion. Seize this extraordinary opportunity, secure your future, and establish your home-based business. Change your financial priorities forever. Start your own direct sales business today. In the network marketing or direct sales business, there are only 2 reliable companies with a long track record: secure because they are registered with the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating and because they offer products and services that everyone needs to use; lucrative because you can become a millionaire with something so simple, requiring very little investment and time on your part. These are Amway and Melaleuca. Acquired value. Before telling you what to do to earn good extra money with the most solid, secure, and highest-paying company in the wellness industry through direct sales, I want to talk to you about the acquired value of household items, or commercial goods. Did you know that you have a gold mine in your home? A bottle of Coca-Cola that retails for $1, the smallest one in this case, only costs 37 cents to manufacture. The rest is the acquired value, meaning 63 cents. In the case that you buy it in a store, that acquired value goes into the pockets of the merchants. In other words, we have paid more than double its value. Now, this acquired value that advertisers and stores or supermarkets take belongs to you. You can earn it. How? By finding the right way, by buying directly from the manufacturers. Everything involving money is a business, whether you sell or buy, you are doing business. What traditional business are you doing now? It's buying your needs at a store. You already know that we are in the second decade of the 21st century, and that doesn't need reminding, but we continue to do things as in the second decade of the 20th century, meaning we are 100 years behind. Isn't that why we are not progressing? Why are we still in the same place? Working for 40 years or more, retiring, and having to keep working until we die because it's not enough for us, and we can't or don't want to depend on others or the government because we don't have a reasonable pension. As we enter the 21st century, we have entered the information age and left the industrial age behind, but we still depend on it. That can change if we change the way we do things to earn what belongs to us and what we are worth. It is estimated that the average household in the United States spends or consumes $150 per month on basic items. As we said before, 63% of this consumption is to pay for advertising and intermediaries, meaning the real cost is $55. 50, and the merchants take $94. 50 from your purchases. What if I give you the formula to earn this money? How do we do it? Quite simple. Taking the third one as a reference, that is, $150 in 1 month, we spend a minimum of $1,800 a year. The total manufacturing cost was $55. 50 that month, and the acquired value of that purchase was $94. 50, which you paid for advertising and the retailer. In a year, you will have paid them $1,134. If you learn to earn that money, you consequently wouldn't have to pay for any item because they would all have been free for you. This sounds a bit crazy, but it's just because you don't know about it. The idea is for you to learn this concept, don't waste any more time, and start earning what belongs to you by partnering with those who pay you. Have you ever heard of residual income? Unlike linear income, where we exchange time for money, we keep a schedule, and if we miss or stop working, we also stop producing, we stop earning money. In residual income, we do a job and continue to earn money for the same work we already did. For example, a singer composes and records his album, it's produced, and then he starts earning money every day from people buying his album. Many of them become rich because the song catches on, or they have a good support team that helps promote their album. The same goes for movie producers, writers, inventors, etc. Most people work out of commitment, not for money. Commitment to family, bills or accounts they have to pay, and debts they have to settle. La Compañía del Bienestar. The company I am presenting to you is called Melaleuca, the Wellness Company. This company has exclusivity of direct sales. You don't need to be a distributor, just a promoter. You don't need to buy to sell, but only to share your experience as a consumer. People buy directly from the factory all their needs, and they share their income with us, those who promote this model. That is 63% of the acquired value we talked about earlier. In the traditional business model, consumer-wise, the customer is not part of the company and does not earn any money. However, they generate 100% of the profit. The informed, educated, intelligent customer is part of the business, acquiring better quality items at better prices because the manufacturer, by cutting out the intermediaries, invests more in product quality and safety with better ingredients that do not harm health. The customer earns money from their acquired value in this case, in this model, with this company, by sharing this information with others who join this society. No one needs to invest but change brands or stores, no one has to distribute, just inform. We continue to do the same business we always do, but with those who pay us. We just connect people with manufacturers. A company based on principles and values. That's why it has won many awards and is in the Inc. 500 Hall of Fame and the Better Business Bureau. It manufactures exceptional products that are safer for the home and the environment, and even more affordable. By being part of this society, we get many benefits, such as discounts on over 350 products and many other items from hundreds of associated merchants. It has a 95% repeat purchase rate due to the quality it offers. It guarantees a residual income every month for those who want to promote or recommend them, and there is no risk because there are no contracts. In this chart, we see the growth it has had since 1985. Here we have the concept of sharing income. We all have the same needs, and we are going to turn those needs into a residual income for life. We buy or acquire products by phone or internet. It's very simple. Remember, there's no risk. If you don't like something, your money is refunded or exchanged. When we refer or help someone get these benefits, we earn money for each of their purchases. Part of that is 63% of the value acquired from them and their referrals at the same time. This is what is called leverage, which is the system used by major markets, such as the stock market, the exchange, and real estate. It's why we are capitalists. Remember that in a capitalist system, the capitalist succeeds, and they don't necessarily need a lot of capital to do so. So, it's time to become or act like a capitalist. You don't need to invest money or a lot of time. And although this referral or consumer market may resemble something called MLM, it is not. It is neither similar nor related in any way. Here, distributors are not needed, no one has to inventory, order, and deliver orders, invoice collect, or pressure anyone. With us, you don't even have to give presentations, bother your family and friends, or convince anyone. We do everything for you, everything, and we can even give you a list of people looking for extra income to contact and invite them to our online presentations, in our presentation and training centers, churches, hotels, etc. Products and services offered. For ethical reasons and due to company policies and regulations, I am not allowed to share this type of intelligent consumer or home-based business presentation in a book. So, I will share the link where you can see the presentation in view. On the website www.melaleuca.com and in the catalogs which each person will receive, you can review all the manufacturer's products, which are more than 400, and choose the one you need each month, either by phone or online. They add up the points indicated by each product to complete the points needed to buy with what is going to be tithed. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a network marketing or multi-level marketing business or anything like that. You don't need to give presentations, buy or sell products, or call or talk to anyone. Bitcoin is a digital currency that is being widely used, and its value surpasses any fiat currency. When you open an account with Bitcoin and invest some money, it's like participating in the stock market or foreign exchange market, without the need for investment knowledge or the stock market. Anyone can earn, you just need to have money in your Bitcoin account. In other words, it's like a bank account where your money gains value, and your money grows exponentially. Before explaining this lucrative type of business to you, let me first explain the concept of money. Money is a medium of exchange. Money doesn't belong to anyone, it has no owner, in any case, it belongs to God. Money needs to flow, it cannot stagnate. Money generates money. It's the best way to earn money. Working for someone else or providing a service is just one way, but nobody gets rich by working alone. Apply these 3 basic principles and start doing what wealthy people do, and your life will change. You will start earning the money you need, want, and deserve. You were taught to look for a job, to study to earn more, but working for someone else, that you need a lot of money to buy assets or start a prosperous business, and that seems too far off to achieve. Lies. They only took away your dreams, trampled on your goals and purposes. they taught you to be a slave to someone else who controls your life and your time. The worst part is that you teach the same thing to your children. You lose when you lose your dream, but wake up, don't fall asleep, because we are already in the second decade of the 21st century. There is enough in the world for everyone, only visionaries and entrepreneurs achieve it, and the others will continue in the same situation or even worse. We are accustomed to associating work with money and money with work. We believe that the only way to generate or earn money is by doing traditional work, or that work is only done to earn money. Many times, we work or do a job without earning money. We only earn money when we make a contract or provide a service for our work. We are also accustomed to associating work with something physical, and it is not always like that, as there are many ways to do a job, and this only requires the mind or voice. A job, trade, and profession are what generate income, not necessarily in a workday for a company or corporation. There are countless jobs, trades, and professions. You don't always need to fulfill a workday in a company or go to a place to do your job. Many people do their jobs in their own homes. Work is not bad, it is essential, but the wisest way is to work for oneself, not for another. What is money? We are used to relating money only to bills and coins. The bill or coin is cash, the circulating currency, but there is another type of money called electronic money, and it is the most used today. Cash is generally used between individuals. Currently, the most common money is electronic money, especially in developed countries of the first world. Nowadays, everyone with a bank account uses debit or credit cards and checks to pay. An employee of a company is paid with a check. This electronic money is deposited in the bank, and with their bank card, they make purchases and pay for services. Many times, services are paid for online. What is the concept of money? Money is a medium of exchange for a service or between individuals. With money, we pay for everything we use and need. We are giving money in exchange for a service and vice versa. In ancient times, salt and livestock were used as money, and in other cases, animals such as horses, camels, etc. When metal is discovered, value is given to it, and from there, it begins to be used as a medium of exchange. Subsequently, coins are created out of gold, silver, copper, and finally bills and electronic money. In the second decade of the 21st century, we have begun to see a new currency that is no longer the conventional currency, and it is called Bitcoin, which I will talk about later. How do we generate money? As I said before, not only by working a workday is money generated or earned. There are many ways to earn money. For example, when we sell something, we exchange something of ours for money. And the other case is by investing a sum of money. When we talk about investments, we must take into account that money is from a penny to infinity. For many people, earning less than $1 in interest is not money, even less than $10 in interest or commissions. But if you accumulate 10, 20, or 50 cents daily, it's money that multiplies, and although in a month, 2, or more, it still seems like you're not earning much, there will come a time when it becomes thousands and millions of dollars. And even more, if it is increased by networking, that is, sharing the concept and the business with others. Also, many people think that 2, 3, and 4-digit numbers are a lot of money, but in the world of investments, when investing, $100, $1,000, or $9,999 is not much money. Remember that the more you invest, the more you earn, because when you invest, you are putting the money into working for you and not you for the money. You invest according to what you are capable of investing in, but you have to start with something. For those people who think that a penny is not money, as residual income, commission, or interest, as well as $1,000 and $9,999 is a lot of money, as an investment, it will be difficult for them to grow as investors and progress as individuals. We are more inclined to buy and accumulate things that are lost with the use, to invest in our future and that of our family. Remember that what you do today affects tomorrow. Most people live in constant financial crisis. Not because of the fact of global economic crises that arise from time to time, but because of bad habits and ways of thinking. We believe that we will only earn money by working, and the harder and more we work, the more money we will earn. When we manage to earn extra money, we spend it or get into debt, so we become enslaved to debt and work or jobs. So, we continue the current mediocrity and continue working more every day, spending more, getting more into debt, and still, it's not enough for us. We steal time from our children because it's not enough to raise and educate them. We waste our health and stress ourselves with excessive work and debt, we end up sick and with marital problems. There are many types of investments. People invest in a service business, gastronomy or restaurant, in real estate, in the stock market, and in the foreign exchange market, but you can invest in what they already invest in and earn what they never earned, earn what belongs to them. We are talking about commercial goods. We believe that to invest we need to have extra money or extra money. Financially free people build or network, the rest are trained to be employees. In the world of investments and virtual businesses, we are experiencing changes in electronic or digital currency in order to avoid inflation, control, and banking sanctions, and to make profits faster. This is called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital currency created in 2009 and operates without a central authority, which means it is not produced or sanctioned by banks or governments and therefore has no ties to national currencies. Transactions made with Bitcoins are collectively conducted over the Internet, meaning Bitcoin transfers can be made, nationally or internationally, transferring amounts between two devices, without going through a bank or institution to mediate the transaction. Bitcoin is an open-source software project based on P2P technology, and you can learn more on its official website or wiki page. As of April 2013, there were estimated to be around 12 million bitcoins in circulation, and speculation about how seriously this virtual currency should be taken is gaining momentum in conversations and news services. How does this Bitcoin thing work? Basically, a user who wants to start using Bitcoin must obtain a special virtual wallet for Bitcoins, which is software that you install on your computer or mobile device. You can get one on the official Bitcoin website. This wallet generates a unique and specific address for you, which you will need to share if you want to make transactions. Each wallet has a private key, created with cryptography algorithms, which is used to make digital signatures, verify identity, and prevent alterations to transactions. Transactions with Bitcoins are verified using a shared public ledger, called blockchain, which keeps absolutely all transactions made, without exception. The blockchain ensures that a user has the amount of bitcoins they intend to spend. A transaction with this virtual currency is actually a transfer of an amount between two Bitcoin wallets, or addresses. Transactions are transmitted and confirmed on the network through a process called mining. Mining is a distributed system used to confirm and include transactions in the blockchain, maintaining chronological order and distributing the process across various computing devices. Part of what this system does is implement various levels of security that prevent manipulation or alteration of the transactions that take place. The 5 things you should know if you are considering using Bitcoin. Bitcoin is experimental. This means that its acceptance and use in the future are still uncertain. The price of Bitcoin is not stable. Bitcoin should be considered a high-risk asset, and you should never store money that you cannot afford to lose with Bitcoin. You should treat it as a currency to acquire things, not as an investment vehicle. The wallet must be protected. Seriously consider using your Bitcoin wallet. It's not a toy and you shouldn't treat it like you do your wallet in the real world. Bitcoin payments are not reversible. Only the person who receives the funds can refund a payment made with Bitcoin. The use of Bitcoin is not anonymous. All transactions are stored publicly, which means that anyone can see the balance and transactions of any Bitcoin address, although the owner's identity is associated until personal information is disclosed by the owner during an exchange. Steps to follow if you want to use Bitcoins. If you want to enter the world of Bitcoin, remember that it is a high-risk world. These steps are simply a guide to using Bitcoins, with which I do not suggest or intend to encourage you to use this type of currency. The use of Bitcoin is entirely a personal decision, and if you decide to use this currency, I recommend that you stay informed about how its acceptance and level of trust are evolving in the world of online transactions. Get a wallet. You can get one on the official Bitcoin website. There are several options. Wallets are available for Windows, Mac, and Linux, or you can use the Android version for your mobile device. You can also choose to use an online wallet. Get Bitcoins. You can see if there are people who can provide you with Bitcoins in your area by visiting the local Bitcoins.com or Trade Bitcoin.com website. You can also obtain them through Bitcoin exchanges like Bitstamp or CampBX. You can acquire Bitcoin using bank accounts with the BitInstant website. You can do it directly through the Coinbase website and register. My experience with Bitcoin. When through a speculation business in the sports industry, through betting on games, I managed to win $1,200, which was transferred to my Bitcoin account since transfers were only made through Bitcoin. I left it there for about 3 months in the account, and what do you think? Well, when I checked my account again, I had accumulated about $5,900, which I was able to use and am still using through my Bitcoin Shift card, Visa, as a debit, valid at any ATM, online purchases, and anywhere in the world. Money that I don't even need to transfer to my bank because Bitcoin functions as both a bank and a stock exchange. I can use the money and at the same time, it can continue to grow from what remains. And it's because Bitcoin is making people rich all over the world. How to create an account in Bitcoin? There are 2 ways to create a Bitcoin wallet. You can create an account with blockchain or Coinbase. In my case, I use Coinbase, and that's what I'm going to explain to you. Go to www.coinbase.com. The first step is to register for a Coinbase account. This way, you will have a secure place to store your Bitcoins and several simple payment methods to convert your local currency into Bitcoin and vice versa. When you enter, select the language and click on Sign Up located at the top right. Connect your bank account. Once registered, connect to your bank account. You will need to complete some verification steps to use the account. Once the verification steps are completed, you can start buying. Buy and sell Bitcoins. When you make your first purchase, we will complete it and deliver your Bitcoin to you. Sales work the same way but in reverse. The price of Bitcoin changes over time, so we will show you the current exchange rate before you make the purchase. How to log in, check your wallet, buy and sell, or transfer your Bitcoin money. When you enter the Coinbase page again, click on where it says Sign In at the top right. You will enter the email address with which you registered and the password. Then they will ask you to enter the code they sent you to the phone number you registered in your account. There you will see the dashboard or board of how the currency is doing, and how much it grows or decreases. Click on Accounts and where it says BTC Wallet, Bitcoin Wallet, you will see your current money. Don't worry if it goes down. Bitcoin money fluctuates. It grows more than it goes down. On the dashboard, you will see the current value and how much it goes up or down. If you want to buy more Bitcoins to add money, you can click where it says Buy, Sell, and on the bottom left where it says Amount, you can enter the amount in dollars you want to buy. As you already have your bank account registered, payment or transaction will be done automatically. To transfer to your bank account, you will do the same steps, but instead of buying, you will click where it says Sell, and they will pass the amount you want to withdraw directly to your registered bank account. Just enter the amount where it says Amount. They will charge you $2.50 for domestic transactions and $3.50 for international. You can check whenever you want, whether by phone, tablet, laptop, or computer. They will always ask you to recognize the device you are connecting from for your security, sending you an email that you will confirm. Understand that Bitcoin is not borrowed money, it is not credit, but it is your own money which you put to work, to produce, to circulate, to flow through this currency. You can withdraw directly to your personal bank account or use the Coinbase Shift Debit Visa card. How to transfer money from your Coinbase account to another Coinbase account. After logging in, go to where it says Accounts, then to where it says Send, and you will use the email of the person who will make the transfer or the BCH address, which is the person's account number. That data must be provided by the person you are going to transfer to. Many people prefer to be paid money from a purchase, loan, or gift that someone makes to them if they have a Bitcoin wallet with an account on Coinbase in this case. Of course, if it is a person with vision and financial understanding, if they know the sense of assets that I explained to you before. Since in this way, that money will increase through Bitcoin. If you want to learn more about Bitcoin, visit YouTube and type in Bitcoin, and you will find many videos explaining it and many ways to invest in this currency. If you still have doubts about how to make transfers, on YouTube, you will find tutorials that you can watch directly from what I explained to you in this book. Numismatics. What is numismatics? Numismatics is an auxiliary science of archaeology that deals with the study of coins or metals issued by a nation. Similarly, the word numismatics refers to the hobby of collecting coins or metals. The term numismatics is of Latin origin, derived from the word numisma, which means coin, and this from the Greek nomisma, derived from nomos, which means custom or convention. Numismatics has been known since the Roman Empire, but it was in the 20th century that it began to be treated as a science, which encompasses studies in both theoretical and historical aspects. The theoretical aspect refers to the study of nomenclature and classification bases, among others. In turn, the historical part is responsible for studying the development of currency in different peoples and their various monetary manifestations. However, numismatics covers two periods. Initially, non-metallic coins did not exist, so exchanges of goods and products were made, and consequently, people used their most valuable products as currency. Then, metallic coins originated. Initially, metal utensils and ingots were used as currency, then the concept of weight emerged, and the most significant step was the printing of the first official seal that certified the fixed weight of the ingot. Currently, there is the term exonumia, considered a branch of numismatic science since it not only studies coins but also different forms of money such as credit cards, checks, bonuses, etc. The study covers its use, history, geography, and economy, among other points. Likewise, notaphily is part of the numismatic discipline, which is dedicated to studying, collecting, and disseminating, especially paper currency, banknotes, and stamps. In conclusion, numismatics not only studies coins but also the different forms of money. Regarding the definition given to the term numismatics, it should be clarified that a person can be a numismatist without being a collector, or a collector without being a numismatist, or both. This is because numismatists study coins or different forms of money, and collectors are characterized by owning monetary objects. However, there are numismatic individuals and collectors, that is, they preserve monetary objects and study them. On the other hand, the person in charge of numismatizing, that is, studying numismatics or writing about it, is known as a numismatist or has a special knowledge of the science under study. Similarly, the term numismatographer is related to the person who is the author of one or more numismatic works. Numismatic science is of utmost importance since it allows observing and having knowledge about the exchanges and economy of peoples, as well as their history, geography, politics, religion, and customs, among other points. In relation to numismatics, there is paleography, symbology, iconology, and art history, among other sciences that serve to provide knowledge about the history of a people or nation. How to make numismatics a lucrative business without the need for investment. For this type of business, it is necessary to study the value of coins, informing yourself well through coin tables or coin value pages. There are many coins and bills of value that range between the value of it, or the value reached over time. All this depends on who buys it and how much they are willing to pay. Sales can be made through auctions or stores of coin and bill collectors or antiques, either physically in your city or state or online on the search engine. The safest and most efficient way is through eBay if you have an eBay account, but I warn you that you must have a lot of patience and not give away your treasure, be it a coin or a bill. Coins have a value according to their antiquity, historical importance, the material with which it was made, the peculiarity that makes them unique, or the limited quantity that came out in the year they were made, which represents a treasure for collectors. Many collectors are just businessmen, who then resell it to museums. Others are numismatic collectors who have a passion for collecting historical things and have money to buy. Others are personnel or agents of museum values, who, in turn, make money from the exhibition of these historical treasures for each ticket or entry to the museum sold. To do this business in your free time, it is enough to inform yourself well, to review all the coins that you find, ask for, or are given. For this, it is necessary to buy a good magnifying glass, if it is small, better so that it fits in your pocket, bag, or wallet, also, a good magnet or magnet, small but strong, which you can get on eBay or Amazon. Believe me, it only takes 1 cent dollar to become a millionaire. The clearer, sharper, defined, or preserved the coin or bill is, the more value it will have. Do not be disappointed if a historical or peculiar coin that you have or find is so valuable that it is almost worthless because its conservation has made it lose the value it really has. Of course, coins can be from any country. There are thousands of coins and thousands of bills that have gained value over time. You can find information on the following pages or links that I share here since, due to the size of this book, the images and values would not be visible. I have created a link of coins and bills from the United States for you to visit and print if you wish. Antique and artworks. Antiques and artworks are hidden treasures that some people have without knowing their value. You don't need a map of a treasure hidden on an island or lost in the ocean to become a millionaire. There have been cases of people who have kept an antique or valuable painting hidden for decades without knowing it, and then by coincidence or suggestion from someone, they have taken the task of investigating a little on the internet and been surprised that they had been rich for a long time by keeping that unknown treasure. Some have even disposed of these by giving them away, throwing them away, or selling them at ridiculously cheap prices. You can find these antiques in antique stores, thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, or garage sales of people who get rid of things that bother them, that they don't believe have value because they are old and ugly, or from deceased relatives who had them stored. For this, you need to be an avid traveler and curious, rummaging through every store or house sale, or even when visiting someone, you can ask about the ornament or object, whether it be metal, porcelain, or leather, image, statue, figurine, or artwork. Ask them to allow you to take a photo, research its value, and if so, offer them money or a fair deal for your research and willingness to help them sell it. Don't mention how you can sell it until you get a deal if you want to make money from it. For this, I recommend searching on Google for lost antiques and paintings of value. I could give you many links to pages here, but there are so many that I'd better leave it to you as a task. In every country in the world, there are antiques and valuable artworks sought after, and you will know that there are currently about 195 countries in the world. You may ask me about my experience with this. I will honestly tell you that so far, I have not earned anything with antiques or artwork, and I have some coins for sale on eBay, but they are not very valuable or well preserved, but I don't lose hope. I am currently disabled, and although I walk, I do it slowly and no longer have enough energy for that, although I have helped people sell coins and have earned a little money from it. The end. The author's biography. Milco Baute Lopez, a Cuban writer, editor, and educator of international acclaim, has woven a fascinating trajectory over the decades. His pen, infused with passion and creativity, has been a beacon of knowledge and artistic expression since 1992 when he began enlightening the world with his insightful articles. The most significant chapter of his life was written on December 10, 1995, when Milco crossed borders and oceans to settle in the United States. This land of opportunities became his new home, and in 2001, with a profound sense of belonging, he embraced U.S. citizenship, merging his Cuban roots with his love for cultural diversity. The pursuit of knowledge and wisdom has always been a constant in Milco's life. This passionate autodidact, eager to nourish his intellect, embarked on a remarkable academic journey. He studied philosophy through an online course offered by the University of Edinburgh in the United Kingdom, and in 2016, he successfully completed his academic journey, becoming a graduate of this venerable institution. Milco Baute is not only an accomplished writer but also a prolific author. From 2008 to the present, he has given life to more than 80 books, showcasing his literary talent in both English and Spanish. In addition to his personal work, Milco plays a pivotal role in the publishing industry as an editor, writer, and distributor, collaborating with other authors to bring their stories to the world. One cannot fully grasp the rich palette of Milco's experiences without mentioning his technical background as a graduate in Cuba in 1986 as a technician in electrical power systems. This distinguished profession led him to practice his craft with skill for over 2 decades before his passion for writing and education led him down new paths. In summary, the life of Milco Baute Lopez is a symphony of creativity, perseverance, and dedication. His journey from the Cuban shores to the borders of the United States, through academic exploration and prolific literary production, is a testament to his unwavering spirit and commitment to cultural enrichment and knowledge in all its forms. Audiobook created by Baute Production Publisher. Tampa, Florida, United States of America. Telephone number, 813-693-8879. Email, authors@usa.com.